Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to a video I'd like to call 10 Secrets for Better Builds. And in this video, I'm going to show you 10 different techniques that can take mediocre builds to awesome builds. Now, the very first one should seem pretty sensible. It's to plan ahead. Take some time to plan what you want. Now, here are two good examples of how not to do this. This first one is a castle that I built. Now, I wanted the castle with thick walls, and I wanted rooms within the walls, and I thought that'd be cool, and then an inner courtyard that would have a lot of awesomeness to it. And unfortunately, when I built it, I didn't build it big enough to do this. So instead of castle epic, I got castle mediocre. Here's another great example. This art museum is supposed to be modeled after the Louvre, but I decided I wanted to make multiple pyramids and use different color glass. First of all, it wasn't big enough to be majestic like I wanted it to be. And then I really didn't think about the multicolored glass and how that would just kill the majestic nature of this building. So had I been planning ahead, I could have avoided all that. Next one is to plan big. Now, in both of those cases, had I built bigger, I really would have had more of an opportunity to make them the way I wanted to. But by planning big, you'll make sure you have enough real estate to build, you have enough room for detail, but more than that, you have the wow factor working in your favor. Big builds are the things that people look at and go, wow. Number 3, consider the landscaping. You want to give your builds a sense of place. For example, this submarine. The submarine could just be sitting in the water somewhere, but instead I wanted it to look like it was docked up in some remote bay up in the Ukraine, and I put the dock there so that it had some place to be, and I made sure that everything was close, and it really ended up being the landscaping for the submarine. Number 4, consider colors. This teleport hub is a great example. Look at all the colors in here, and yet it works. Think about color rather than just cobblestone. Think about how you can integrate color into your builds. Now, I don't mean throwing in color just for the sake of throwing in color. What I'm talking about is putting color in that has meaning, that has a purpose for being there. If you're an artist and you already understand color, well, integrate that into your builds. If you don't fully understand color, take a look around you, see what colors match and what colors go together well. Same goes for our next one, which is textures. If you put a lot of texture into your builds, you give it a feeling that it can be touched. And a good example is this nether hub. In this nether hub, it's all built of quartz, but yet all the quartz has got textures to it. So you don't necessarily need colors. If you look at this, there's just a splash here and there, but you need that texture to set it off. Number 6, use a lot of detail. Here's a spleef arena I built, and in the spleef arena is a ton of detail. The more detail you can add to a build, the more majestic it becomes, the more real it becomes, and the more awesome it becomes. Next up, supporting structures. Take a look at this model railroad. This model railroad is pretty cool all by itself, but I put it on a table because it needed a supporting structure. What makes it really majestic is this huge table. I could have just put it down on the ground level and built it that way, and it would have been cool, but this made all the difference in the world. So make sure you include those supporting structures. Number 8, add motion. If we take a look at this nether hub, you can see that there is a lot of motion going on. There are flames and there is moving lava, in addition to the movement within the nether portal itself. Put it all together and you end up with a lot of motion that really brings a build to life. A lot of our builds have fountains, and one of the reasons those look good is because they bring motion into the build. Number 9, create a mood. You want to create more than just a look, but you want to create a mood. For example, this nether church. If you take a look at the nether church, you realize that it has a dark, brooding, kind of ominous mood to it. I did it all in blacks and reds, and that really gave it that feeling. So think of a mood and follow that mood with your build. And finally, number 10, steal stuff. Anything that you can get a hold of that helps improve the quality of your builds, then steal it. Good example is this hedge maze. This hedge maze was built almost identical to the hedge maze in the movie The Shining. I always thought that hedge maze was cool, and I wanted to know what it felt like to walk through it. So I duplicated that hedge maze. But then I started adding some of my own things that really made it different and made it even cooler. You can steal parts of things and then build it into something better. Or maybe you steal color combinations or things like that. There is no original creativity. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Everything is built off of something is built off of something. And if you really think about that, you realize it's true. So there we have it. 10 secrets to improving your builds. Now, if you liked what I had to say today, great. Leave a comment, leave a like, or best of all, subscribe. If you didn't like what I had to say, keep that to yourself. Thanks for watching.